Welcome to the Franchise Freedom Podcast, where you can escape the corporate trap through franchise ownership.
Well, yeah, those are good questions. I mean, I created the franchise SEO masterclass that's being hosted on franchisors.com. If anybody wants to go check it out, it's free. The reason why I created that is because I've talked to hundreds of franchise brands over the years of doing this, thousands of franchisees, and I get the same questions over and over again. Okay. So I put those questions in a video like this and I put them into a list where you or your marketing teams can go get questions answered without having to book a call with me and ask me the question. You know, people are sometimes uncomfortable just getting one answer. They think I'm going to try to sell them something. I'm not that way, but I made it easy for them and put them out there and said, hey, go get your answers. And the second reason why is because these franchise brands, I'll inherit them. I'll sign them as a client, and there's so many mistakes. And I know where those mistakes come from. They're either coming from their lack of education or their agency's lack of education. And, they mean, but they don't know what they don't know. They don't know the intricacies and the depth of what SEO can be and all the lessons learned from that depth. So then I have to fix it. And then a lot of times I have to fix it. That takes resources and time and money. It also slows down the results that I could get somebody if they didn't make those mistakes. So I'm hoping brands and their marketing teams will go and get questions answered. And at the very least, use it to challenge their existing agencies or their existing marketing teams and get them to at least address it before they take a step in a different direction, or maybe learn something and go, hey, let's do what Lonnie says on here. And then, maybe one day if I end up working with them, it'll make my life easier. And ultimately that brand's going to have a better experience and get a better result. And that's ultimately what matters to me.
And the site was again?
It's on franchisors.com.
Franchisors.
They hosted it. I'm starting to do, probably do some videos and stuff on YouTube at some point, just not quite developed there yet. But right now, franchisors.com is hosting it for me. So happy that they did that. And, it's a resource for everybody. It's free. I can give you the link and you can add it to this description or wherever you want to put it. People can get to it easily. But then, the second question you asked was about if somebody has limited time, let's say they have 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week or 5 hours a month to put into SEO. I mean, it's a good question. A couple things. One, you got to have content out there. I know that's something that you hear over and over again. You're doing it right now. You're creating content. You're having me on here and you're talking about things that are related to the industry you're in and the direction the businesses you're pursuing would get value out of the conversations like this. So doing something like this is well worth your time and energy. It's just, what's your version of this at whatever business is watching this, right? I mean,
right.
I'm not a comfortable person interviewing people. I won't ever do a podcast. I can talk, you can tell that. I can answer questions. I mean, I guess that's easy. When you know stuff, you just answer things top of your head. So it's not like a challenge, but I wouldn't be good at interviewing people. So it's not a good fit for me. So you got to find what's a good fit for you, what channel that's on. You obviously want to be in the channels that your customers will be or whatever, but there's some influence there. But ultimately find what you're comfortable with and just start with what's easy for you. Don't force yourself into generating content or doing things that you're not comfortable with. I'm not good on social media. Like, I'll sit here and answer these questions, but then now I LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever, and I need to post selfies. And I was at a conference yesterday. I didn't even take one picture. It's stupid. I'm a marketing guy. I didn't take one picture. And so now I'm like, I probably should have taken some pictures and put them on LinkedIn, but it's not my instincts. But
Gotta go steal them. Go steal them from others.
Doing the master class, correct. Doing a master class was my thing I could lean into, and now I have this huge asset that hopefully will lead me and get me in front of people that I wouldn't get in front of. So content is oversold in the sense of, everybody says get content, but what does find what works for you and just start there and just stay focused on that and build it out. And then you can figure out, once you have that, like, how do you get people in front of that? That's what I recommend. I guess if I was a franchisee, the other element, and you asked a question about AI already, is AI is actually evaluating a franchisee or a local business or, solopreneur that has their own local business. It's not as much about what like Lonnie can do on a website. It's about the whole picture is actually becoming crystallized in AI's mind. They can see the big picture, where Google has tried many years to see the big picture, but they still compartmentalize all the elements of what a real business does. It's not just the content on the website. It's how many reviews they have. It's I already said it earlier, the sentiment in forums, the sentiment in social, things like that. And they're evaluating all that together and deciding who should be number one. AI is going to do something similar, but I think they're going to be better at the other things that aren't on a website, that aren't in a Google business profile. The things that I know how to manipulate the best are still going to have value, but I think there's going to be more value in AI being able to evaluate a real business that's highly sought after in a market. And that's where you as the business owner needs to be out there and doing all those glue things that it's hard for an agency to do. And that's collaborating with other local businesses, joining Chamber of Commerce. I know this sounds like stuff you've already heard before, but this is the stuff that then ends up online and ends up in different areas and referrals, and you build brand ambassadors at the local level. All those types of things generate activity and conversations and things that AI is now going to see at a better depth. And that's going to be influencing how much you show up in the AI search engine or the AI version of the search engine.
Gotcha.
Those are the types of things. So just do real business, real local marketing. I know it seems like a cop-out answer, but I'm telling you, I always see franchise brands say, I want my franchisees to be the mayor of town. I hear that everywhere. It's true. And this is even doubling down on that, because you need to be out there creating relationships, creating, with the intent potentially to create referrals, things like that. That is going to drive activity that is going to be picked up by AI. And that's going to get influencing SEO, which is this, people aren't going to really put this together, but that's ultimately what I'd recommend with my time is don't make a to-do list of things you're going to do for SEO and I'm going to optimize this or whatever. Either generate content, or if you're in a local market, you can still generate content, but lean into fostering relationships locally, because that will circle back around and generate the activity online that these AI search engines are going to be seeing and using to influence where you show up.
Right.
Creating content and local networking are vital. But when it comes to your franchise website itself, how do you ensure your local franchisee page stands out without cannibalizing the main brand's national SEO efforts?
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to learn how to make the transition from corporate to owning your franchise, join Giuseppe on the next episode. You can also follow on all social media platforms and achieve financial and time freedom today.